Hello, my name is Wade Nemura, and this is Rotary Serving Our Community. One of the many things that Rotary does is give back to the community, and one of the great projects I had a fortune to see is one that was done by Ventura area Rotarians. And with me today to talk about that, I have Bruce McGee. Bruce, welcome.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here.
Great to be back again, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Bruce.
I'm a past president of the Ventura East Club. I was also in the Santa Paula Club. I'm currently the assistant governor for Group 7, and I spent some time on Rotary.
So how did you get involved with Rotary?
I was running restaurants. I had a restaurant in Santa Paula, and a lot of my customers, it turned out, were Rotarians. And a few of them kept bugging me to come and join. Good friend kept encouraging me, and I said, "Oh, I'm too busy, I'm running a business, I'm too busy." But eventually I came, and it was pretty amazing how quickly there were 100 people in that club.
Wow.
So I had 100 secret shoppers for my restaurants.
Well, that's great.
And of course they enjoyed ribbing me when things were not going so well in the restaurants, but it was a really good business opportunity, which is how I saw Rotary at that stage.
Good, good. So I asked most of my people that come on the show, did you ever have a Rotary moment, one of those things that just made you decide this is the organization I want to give to and serve?
Copenhagen International Convention opened my eyes to the possibilities of Rotary. When you've got people from all over the world mingling together, networking, and figuring out how to improve the world, that's powerful.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a great convention. I think that was my first international one also. So it was a good place that we had a chance to party with. We brought you in to talk about this Rotary Plaza. So tell me the inception. What made you decide on it? Where did the idea come from?
Rotary doesn't do a very good job bragging about itself, public relations, and letting the community know what Rotary's all about and what it does. We're basically quiet achievers. And to me, this was an opportunity to put Rotary out in the community, but also support one of the most worthwhile projects that's happening in Ventura in the last 100 years. So the idea was to bring 3 clubs together and see if the concept of having a plaza within the Ventura Botanic Gardens would resonate with the 3 clubs. It did. So that was back in August of 2016. We had the 3 clubs come and have a combined meeting, a luncheon, and we talked about how Rotary supporting the new Ventura Botanic Gardens concept was a good thing to do in the community. But I also pushed pretty hard that this is a good way for Rotary to do some public relations, to have the 4-way, the rotary wheel and the 4-way test up on display. Mm-hmm. And I kept hammering on that and probably visited each club in Ventura 10 or 12 times over the 3 years. We set up a committee between the 3 clubs. Officers on the committee representing the 3 clubs. We then formed a foundation and we started raising money. And basically the concept was get your name on a wall. The more you contribute, the bigger your name. Do it in memory of past presidents or past Rotarians that had a good impact. And we had a pretty good outpouring. We raised about $60,000 in the first year. And then we cottoned on to the fact that, like most Rotary clubs, there's a big pot of money sitting in the foundation that is used for scholarships or used for once a year for July 4 fireworks. But really the money just sits there and it grows and everybody brags about, yeah, we've got $1 million now. But it's not really used.
Yeah.
So we were able to tap into each of the club's foundations. They all provided $50,000.
Wow.
The South Club kicked that off and said, if the other clubs will match this, we'll do 50,000. And the other two clubs kicked in. So we had the personal funds from individual Rotarians plus the foundations.
Wow.
And that's what helped us put this together.
Sounds good. And the location, beautiful location. How did you identify that, or was that something in the plans itself?
My wife, Kathy, who's also in Ventura East, and she's a board member of the Botanic Gardens. We kind of wandered around the gardens and we saw this site. Mitch Stork, Ventura Rotary, and a founding member of the Botanic Gardens, she dreamed about, well, she actually wanted the Botanic Gardens to be called the Rotary Botanic Gardens. Right. That didn't quite work out, but I think this is a pretty good compromise. So we picked a spot that's the center of the gardens. It's the trailhead, the first real stop when you hike about a mile up into the gardens. And as the gardens develop over the next 10 to 20 years, there'll be 3 trails actually going through Rotary Plaza. For people that are coming up with handicapped access, they can be dropped off there. The plaza itself will seat 50 people. So it'll be good for outdoor classrooms, meetings. We can see artists, musicians up there. Really, now that it's created, I'm challenging the clubs to use it and take advantage of it.
Good.
But the gardens currently they're in the thousands each week of people that visit and hike up through the trails. And as the more trails are opened up and the garden develops, there'll be thousands of people that will walk through the plaza, see the rotary wheel, they'll see the 4-way test, and that will be in English and Spanish, because over half the people that hike up there now may not be able to read what the 4-way test is in English.
Good. So was this done in conjunction or working with, in cooperation with the city of Ventura? Because it is right behind City Hall.
The city leased the land to the Botanic Gardens Committee, and that's a 25-year renewable lease. The city really enabled the gardens to get going, so it's actually a pretty good example of a private-public partnership. But when it comes down to it, the Botanic Gardens is run by the Botanic Gardens Committee. Right. They've got an executive director, they've got a fairly sophisticated, very sophisticated group of folks on the board. They're working really well. And since the Thomas fire, it's amazing how much has been done.
That's right, because it burned during the fire.
It did burn during the fire. Burned all the way down to the back of City Hall. The closest residence to the back of City Hall actually burned. That's how close the fire got. But the Thomas fire really opened up Ventura residents and the whole county's heart in terms of need. And since the fire, there's been a real outpouring, not just of funding, but volunteers. There's hundreds of volunteers that get up there and work on the gardens. A lot of good progress.
Sounds good. Yeah. Well, let's jump into some pictures. You brought some pictures with you of the park itself. And I think the pictures even don't show it justice, but it is a beautiful area. So we will jump into the first series of pictures that we'll see here shortly.
It's Ed Summers and his partner. Ed's been a good supporter.
Rotarians there?
Ventura Rotarian.
Very good, very good. And then the next picture we have?
Oh, there's Ed again.
Ed again.
And the group.
And that's actually in the plaza itself, right?
That's in the plaza.
Under the tree, you got a beautiful...
You can see the cement
gum tree there.
Base, and you got 3 big eucalyptus trees.
That's
probably really why I picked.
I was going to ask you if you had anything to do with that. The next picture we have.
There's a famous new couple. I think two new couples.
Two new couples there.
Both of you married in the last few months.
That's right.
My wife Kathy and Doug Holter, one of the founding members of the Gardens, and also on the Plaza Committee.
We had him on the show. He's current president, right, of the Ventura Club.
The 100-year club.
100-year club.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
Oh, there we go.
Couple of Ventura
Handsome
roads.
couple right there.
Everybody was dressed up to the nines for the 100-year gala.
Okay. So this was run in conjunction with that.
Correct.
Okay. And we may want to put a little shout out for the tall lady right there.
District Governor Sandy.
District Governor Sandy.
Yep. What a great job she's done this year.
Outstanding job.
And another good downtown Rotarian.
Yeah, there we go.
You can see
Good
most
photo.
of the folks are dressed up.
Okay, and the dress was based on the year, what was that, 1919? So
Yep.
I'm guessing we had a theme of the 1920s right there.
1920s. So on the right you have Mary Kay from downtown on the Plaza Committee, and Melody Thurman, president of downtown.
Right, okay, so good support from all of the Ventura Rotary clubs.
And the Hutch clan.
The Hutch, there you go. And a nice backdrop. You guys figured to put the flowers out right for this opening too, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Beautiful setting.
Mustard grass actually looks good.
Okay.
Until you have to clear it.
They have to clear it. We got a picture coming up here. This is Jeff Hada too,
That's
one of the...
Jeff Hutter, the current president of the Ventura East Club and a good supporter of the Plaza.
Okay. Now he's been involved with it from the beginning too also, right? Wasn't he...
He's been pushing, and he's been a champion for years. Downtown Ventura Rotarians.
Looks like a big party right there happening.
They're ready to head off to the Pierpont Inn.
Right.
There's some folks from the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce came up and did a ribbon cutting and supported us.
Oh, that's right. That was very nice. Very
Good
nice
to
of them
have
do
their
that.
support.
And we did have the designers too, right? The landscapers that were in charge of the project. We missed them, but they were
well, Noah
they were on
and
site. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there you are, talking about a show.
you can see the Ventura Pier and downtown Ventura
beautiful.
below, so you get an idea of the view. That's another shot looking basically north.
Probably during presentation time.
Uh-huh.
Looks like something's going on.
Yep. Some applause. We must be close to the ribbon cutting.
Must be close to it or at it. Again, beautiful area. Eucalyptus trees pretty much shadow that most of the time then, right?
There's 3 right on the side. There was a bunch of pine trees in the canyon up behind, and they burned, and they were cleared out.
Ah, gotcha.
The Botanic Gardens will feature 5 biomes from around the world. You'll have Chile, South Africa, Australia, the Mediterranean, and California coastal. That's a great photo of Midge Stork. She just lost her husband, Dave, who's been a great supporter of Rotary. She's got her hands in so many pies in Ventura, but great supporter. It was wonderful to have her up there at the dedication of the plaza.
She was kind of the one that spearheaded the botanical garden portion of it, wasn't she?
She did.
Yeah, she was a strong supporter of that, and she was definitely an advocate to the clubs. Saw her there all the time.
Yep. Another shot. You can see the size of the plaza.
Beautiful there.
The plants that have been set around the front also happen to be Australian natives.
That's right. Oh, got a little bit of drink here going.
Another good shot, and we got the bubbly out.
They got the bubbly out.
Noah and Nicole standing on the left.
Yeah.
Nicole is on the design committee for the garden. She's a landscaper based in Ventura but works in Santa Barbara. Noah's an architect and runs a design business, basically furniture, but he's helped fabricate the signage that will probably go up on the wall.
Okay, and that's the signage right behind that you're sitting on. It's a bench and sign,
Exactly.
dual-purpose
And
wall.
that signage will recognize the folks that donated and the club foundations. It will also show the four-way test.
Okay.
So
Picture there of
that'll be
your wife.
Yep, Kathy and
Okay.
Rosandra, Jeff Hutter's
Oh, yeah, exactly.
other half.
We are picking up pictures. There you go. There's a picture there. Then the next one we have. Trying to get caught up here. There we go.
That's Stephanie. She's the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce.
Right. So she was in charge of the ribbon cutting and also,
Exactly. And
yeah,
she
the
said
welcoming
a few
group.
words.
Yeah, she
Yep.
did. It's good to have them involved.
Exactly. Somebody else from the chamber, not sure who that is.
Okay.
And then my better half.
That's right. Another picture. Oh, look good. Beautiful background there. Looks nice.
She was
very nice.
Thanking the Rotary clubs and having them think about what we can use the plaza for now.
And another picture of the president there, Doug.
Doug organised all the structural work and
Oh, he did. That's right. He's a landscaper.
the rammed earth walls there are different coloured walls, different.
Okay.
It almost looks like strata. It's crushed rock that we recycled out of Thomas fire homes that burned that were crushed up by
okay.
Cal Recycle.
Got it.
And they put a dye in the crushed rock
Okay.
to bring out different colours, and of course we're trying to represent the colours that you can see in the cliffs there. But
Right.
another good shot of Noah
The design
and
people
Nicole
there.
Greer, the design people.
Oh,
There's
here
the
we go.
ribbon
The
cutting,
ribbon cutting. That was the big deal.
and we made sure that Mitch got involved with that.
Yeah. That was nice. Here we go. The
Another
official
good
cutting
shot
right
of the
there.
group.
That's a good group picture there.
Yes.
Yep. And the success. How many years was it for that ribbon cutting? 4 years? 3 years?
It was 3 years. We
Okay.
had a $250,000 budget, and we hit it. And the gardens have got their money, and we've got a plaza, so
Nice, very
it's
nice.
exciting.
Oh, yep, that's right. You let me say a few words there also.
Well, you've been a good supporter over the years, so it
That
was
was-
fun to have you come.
Fortunate to be at the groundwork of it. It was a great project you guys have done there. And again, Governor got to speak.
Yeah.
She drove all the way in from Bakersfield,
She
right?
came in from Bakersfield
Wow.
and then enjoyed the 100-year gala, and we had a good walk on the beach the next morning, and then she headed
Oh,
off
is that
to
right? Oh, that's right.
another function in Simi Valley.
That's right. You hosted her that night, didn't you? That was good. Good of you. That's a lot of road time for these poor governors, that's for sure.
Yep. And this is our newest member. In fact, he hasn't even been inducted in Ventura East Rotary.
Oh, really? Has not
And
yet?
he put up his hand and said, "I'll come and help you direct traffic."
Nice.
So,
Very nice. Yeah, we had quite a few cars up there. Not a
Yep.
lot of places to park.
yep. But he's going to be a good member. Some more members from, I think they're spouses from the downtown
Oh,
club.
okay, got it. See the botanical gardens in the background there.
Yep. A couple of dapper folk from
There you
the
go.
downtown club.
That's a nice picture, by the way.
That's a great
These
picture.
pictures were furnished by who?
Dan Holmes.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He's a wonderful photographer. He's in the downtown club.
Nice of him to share the photos with us.
Wonderful to share the photos. And if you're looking for a good photographer,
Yeah, he definitely
let us
showing his
know.
stuff
He does
here.
a good job.
Yeah, nice group there.
Yeah, that's some of Midge's family. And
Okay.
then Tom and Cynthia Hashberger. He's in the East Club, past
Okay.
president. Cynthia's got her fingers in just about every committee in Ventura. Busy people.
Here we go. I guess this was supposedly
group.
some of the VIPs here, they said, but why they put you and me in there, I don't know.
I'm not sure. We've got Rosalie Measures.
Yeah,
She was the last to put some money in. That was exciting.
nice,
That-
nice. And she's actually out of the area, but she still supports Ventura. Comes back.
Exactly.
That's nice. Very nice of her.
Yeah.
And then we have a picture there, you and me, guarding the sign.
Guarding the sign. Yeah,
Again, nice picture. Look at the
Yeah,
backdrop there. Beautiful area.
it's the Botanic Gardens are really going to put Ventura on the map for a reason to stop.
And
Apart from
that's the gardens there behind it.
Yep.
Okay, well, nice.
Yep.
And we have one last photo showing the sign and the backdrop itself. So it was a great job. It was important too, in my opinion, seeing the actual Rotary logo go up there and become part of the plaza itself. You also have the four-way test as a plaque there too, I believe, right?
The four-way test will be part of the sign that has the names of the different foundations in there.
And on top of that
Members.
is where you're going to be putting the plaques, right? Correct, on the flat part?
Correct.
Okay. Oh,
Yep.
that'll be beautiful. Very nice.
Yep.
So now that you've got this done, is there going to be a phase 2? Just to get people ready for this.
There's so many things that Rotary can be doing. I don't think we've actually got a phase 2 planned at this stage, but who knows what will happen. I mean, when the Gardens has an open house, or a big day like July 4 or New Year's Day, the thousands of people come and walk through the Gardens.
True.
So there's an opportunity for Rotarians to be talking about what's Rotary, or did you know we're doing this project, we could use some help, or we could use some volunteers. So that's the PR side of this plaza opportunity that I can see really helping.
Now remember the original plans that came through that you presented a few years ago actually had 2 tiers. You had the upper one that we have here, and then there was a lower one that was a larger plaza.
There's a lower tier that the Gardens are working on. There's different information about what that could be. It could be open air auditorium. They're teeing with that. But certainly it's going to be sculpted. There'll be other trails coming through there. I mean, personally, if it was an auditorium for public lectures, music, that would just be a superb spot looking out over the city and the islands.
Okay.
But
Nice.
that's up to the Gardens.
Okay. How much involvement does the Rotary clubs have in the botanical gardens as far as maintaining the trails? Because I've noticed you guys have had a few work days out there.
We do work days. A lot of the volunteers are Rotarians. A lot of the people on the committee or on the board are Rotarians or Rotarian spouses. So I know the Gardens really appreciates what Rotary's done by stepping up and contributing like this. They just opened up their welcome centre, which is down below City Hall. There's a gift store, there'll be a nursery that actually got some really nice gifts.
Nice.
Pottery, booklets,
And
jewelry.
that's going to be at the bottom or at the top?
That's down at the bottom.
Towards the parking lot there.
Yeah,
behind
there's a
City Hall.
parking lot behind City Hall.
Yeah, oh,
You
okay.
can come in, check out, learn about the Gardens. They do guided walks. All sorts of different guided walks going on, and lots of volunteer opportunities.
Right.
But it's a actually very neat gift store. So if you're thinking about a gift from Ventura when you're taking a gift across the country for Christmas or whatever,
That'd
it's
be
actually
nice.
a neat little spot right
Crossing
behind
the
City
Pacific.
Hall. Exactly. Yeah.
Very good. What would you say, reflecting back, having the involvement of all 3 Rotary clubs, one of the very few times that that's happened or done, even in the Ventura area, do you think that adds to it, gives you more camaraderie within that group, a little extra strength?
There's no doubt. It brings more leverage to an individual club. For example, the 100-year gala last May 4th, there were 6 different presidents that came to that event. And that to me is good support. Another example is the Ronald McDonald Family Room that all of Group 7 are working on. That actually brought 7 clubs together, 8 clubs if you count Camarillo. I'm not sure that would have happened if the clubs weren't used to working together on the plaza.
True.
It also means that when there's a major fundraiser, it's a lot easier to communicate with the clubs because they're used to listening to each other. They're more used to having different club members come and talk.
Right.
So I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to open more doors in the future.
Good, good. Now, have you passed this on to the next assistant governor that's following in your spot?
Mm-hmm.
And that will be who?
That is Linda Gertzman.
Okay, oh, Linda.
So
Good.
she's getting started. We're having a group 7 meeting the 23rd at our place. She's bringing the president-elects, and it'll be the last hurrah for the current presidents. We're going to pick the president's minds and say, okay, what were the surprises? If you were doing this again, what did you learn? How better to motivate the board and motivate the clubs? So we want to try and impart some wisdom for the president-elect.
Very good.
But the incoming group is already committed to do the Walk for Kids again next year.
Nice.
For the first year, we're expecting between 300, 350 walkers. We got 920.
Oh,
There
wow.
were more walkers in Ventura than the North Hollywood walk that was done at USC.
Wow.
Think about that.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
And that shows a lot of influence that Rotary has within your group, your community.
Yeah.
Outstanding. And I'm sure you know that Linda's sister was a past district governor from another district.
Really? I didn't know that.
So you could kind of press her into that, say maybe she's following in those footsteps. She was an excellent governor also.
Well, good.
Well, we're kind of running out of time on this one here. Again, a lot of good information. One quick quote I would like to have from you, and that would be how you think the plaza came out. What do you think the impact was for that community and Rotary?
The plaza has had a big impact on the gardens because it's really been well designed. It's a first-class plaza. My hats are off to the design committee and Doug and Nicole especially. I think it's set a good bar for other groups to come in and say, okay, that's the standard.
Right.
Let's work on this and support the gardens.
Well, Bruce, thank you very much for joining us and for sharing that one outstanding project. With that, everybody, if you get a chance, go take a look at that Rotary Plaza. Outstanding views, guaranteed the weather will be there perfect anytime you go there. With that, we will see you next time. Thank you.